That so good evening, everybody. I hope that maybe this is for long that I have class with this group. Okay, for today's the topic will be the Pavarana, Kilesa, and Bahana. Sorry, Bahana. My name is Jangamatitta Yanavivata Vihinta Sankamita Dhammapala Theravada Palapoti Pantita. Also in the as usual name is Associate Professor Dr. Jungti Sneha. Okay, so now we will start with as usual, we're gonna pay respect to the Buddha first. มหาภิวาทะพุทธวจนะจตุราสีติธรรมขันธาสหัสสานิวีสติอริยมรรคะวีสติสามัญญาภละเอกนิพพานะกิปปาภิญญาโดยเฉียบพลันในประวัติการนี้เถิดโยโวอานันทมยาธัมโมจะวินโยจะเทสิโตปัญญาโตโสโวมะมาจะเยนะสัทธาโยธรรมยาธัมโมจะวินโยจะเทสิโตปัญญาโตโสโวมะมาจะเยนะสัทธาโยโวอานันทมยาธัมโมจะวินโยจะเทสิโตปัญญาโตโสโวมะมาจะเยนะสัทธาพุทธวจนะจตุราสีติธรรมขันธาสหัสสานิคือปรมัตถอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิสมณโคตมะปัญญาธิกะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะมหาอภิวาทะปรมัตถอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิปัญญาธิกะทรงบำเพ็ญมหาบารมี20อสังไขยะกำไรแสนกัปปะทรงพบปรมัตถอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิ512,028 ปัญญาธิกะพุทธะด้วยเสียงกล้าวนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะมหาอภิวาทะปรมัตถอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิสัทธาธิกะทรงบำเพ็ญมหาบารมี40อสังไขยะกำไรแสนกัปปะทรงพบปรมัตถอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิ1,24,055 สัทธาธิกะพุทธะด้วยเสียงกล้าวนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะมหาอภิวาทะปรมัตถอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิวิริยาธิกะทรงบำเพ็ญมหาบารมี80อสังไขยะกำไรแสนกัปปะทรงพบปรมัตถอนุตตรสัมมาสัมโพธิ2,48,109 วิริยาธิกะพุทธะด้วยเสียงกล้าว Before we start the class, so we have to pay respect to our อาจารย์ติปิฎกธรรมจริยะเทรวาทาพละโพธิ84,000 ธรรมขันธาสุชาตินาก่อนวีสติอริยมรรคะวีสติสามัญญภละเอกนิพพานากิปปาภิญญาโดยเฉียบพลันในประวัติการนี้เถิด and also the very important two person the first is ท่านอังคคุณอริยธรรมโสตปันนะ and ท่านพัชรโพธิธรรมโสตปันนะ this is both of them are very leader for our groups to help our group to do the bunya kriya to and to explain the praise about the watta around the world. Okay, supatipanno supatipanno supatipanno. Okay, I hope that now we have about 8-9 person here. So today is we use the about the Buddha date about the Sukha Pakasa Nawa night is a Makha Silamasasa. and 2068 Mahaputtha Parinipan, and also 2614 Mahaputtha Jayanti. Today is a Saturday 29 in Thailand and also in India, right? Before class, we would like to mention that very important note that Dhamma provided in this presentation is simple and not complex, but people must study it in deep according to the Dhamma teaching. People must continuously study Buddha Dhamma and not adhere to only the translation from birth until death. It will lead them to the Mahatapa Niraya because it is the Misha Tithi. It's a wrong view, not follow what the Buddha teaching. If any Dhamma or the expansion Dhamma content provide in this presentation contrast or conflict with the Dhamma 84,000 Dhamma Kantha, please refer to the Dhamma 84,000 Dhamma Kantha only. Okay, this is very important note because the topic today, I would like to mention about the Pavarana. We just passed about the Katina, right? I hope, is there anybody go to Katina at Amaravati? Is there? Let me see.
Hari Chan Singh.
Hello, Hari Shan Singh? Singh, right? Can I see your face, please? No response. Okay, is this today the topic about the Pavarana? The meaning is about a set of wishes or intention. Okay. This topic is very important because we know the words Pavarana, and usually we heard about the Pavarana when we go to taking care of the Bhikkhu or Bhikkhuni, right? And mostly we only heard about only the Pavarana for the Bhikkhu. But in terms of Pavarana for today, it's related to the great Katanyu Day. That is the day of the great Abhidhamma war when Buddha visited to Tavatimsa and stayed for 3 months in order to Tesana Abhidhamma to the Bodhisatta Mata. Usually when we say about the Vassa, it means Bhikkhu or Bhikkhuni have to stay in a temple 3 months along with the Vassa period, right? So after that, they can get the Katina robe, okay? But in terms of Pavarana, today we divide into 2 parts. The first part is Pavarana Day for the Buddha, and the Pavarana Day for the Buddha discipline or Savaka Buddha or Buddha Savaka. Both of them we call Maha Pavarana, right? Usually when we talk about Buddha, usually we call Samma Sambuddha, right? And for the Buddha discipline, we call Buddha Savaka. It means the Savaka during the Buddha era, we call Buddha Savaka. But after Buddha Parinipan, the Savaka we call Savaka Buddha, okay? As I say that most people usually talk about the Mahapavarana for the Savaka. Savaka is composed with the upasaka, right? And as we are an upasaka and upasika, during the rain retreat or Vasa period, or when our relative or son or daughter are ordained as a bhikkhu, bhikkhuni, or samanera or samaneri, or whoever have ordained, or before the beginning of the Buddhist Lent, we perform pavarana. I hope that you heard this word, right? Usually when we say pavarana, it means we make a declaration in front of the bhikkhu or bhikkhuni that whatever they wish to call upon, we will provide for them and must inform pavarana in order to prevent apathy, right? For example, if we didn't say to them that if they need anything, we can provide for them. But if we not offer ourselves, it means they ask for something is called that make the bhikkhu or bhikkhuni apathy. This is a vinaya, right? That is usually that we know. But for the Buddha Mahapavarana, is different from his discipline or Buddha Savaka. When Buddha went to the Tavatimsa, Buddha went alone, right? When, remember, right, it's on the full moon on the 8th month, right? Buddha go to the Tavatimsa and Tesana Abhidhamma to the Bodhisattva Mata. After 3 months of Vasa period, it means Buddha stay in the Tavatimsa for 3 months. Buddha have to perform Mahapavarana. It means after finish for 3 months, Buddha will perform the Mahapavarana. Mahapavarana is divided into condition. The day that Buddha set the condition for Bodhisattva to do the Mahapavarana. It means that it has to be Parana as a Bodhisattva before become a Buddha. And after that, Buddha have to do the Parana after finish the 3 months period or Vasa period. Okay. However, we heard about the Parana so many times, right? But Parana for the Buddha is performed that called Mahaparana, but it has only one time. After Buddha go to Tavatimsa and Tesana Abhidhamma to the Bodhisattva Mata. Okay. The condition of Bodhisattva is because the condition of why Buddha have to do the Pavarana is mean Buddha repay to the Bodhisattva mother do the Tesana Abhidhamma because of she nature Buddha for many life, and also nurture him in the past. This is like repay or to do the Katanyu, right? And Bodhisattva demonstrate the Abhidhamma to the Bodhisattva Mata. Not only Bodhisattva Mata is represent of a Tevata, right? And also Buddha Tesana Abhidhamma to the human Savaka. The person that, do you know, the one who listen to the Abhidhamma will be is a human Savaka of the Buddha. Is anybody knows that? Who is the human Savaka who listen from the Buddha about the Abhidhamma. Usually, Buddha Tesana Abhidhamma for the Tevata, right? In Tawatingsa. อาจารย์สนก
มหาสารีบุตตะค่ะ
โอเคสาธุค่ะไม่รู้ใครคะอาจารย์มนทิพย์คะ
ค่ะพี่พรค่ะ
ค่ะใช่เลยค่ะคือ this only the Manusa Savaka that listen Abhidhamma from the Buddha is Mahasariputta and Mahasariputta also give to the Abhidhamma to his follower. This group of followers is about 500 people. This group from the abbots. It was like in the Tipitaka show like this group of bad. There are 1,000 of them, but people come to the cave and Tesana Abhidhamma, and this is 500 bats fall down and become a Teva, and after that this group become a Piku to listen to this Abhidhamma, okay, and this is another group that listen to Abhidhamma. Also, after they listen, the follower of the Sariputta 500, they attain enlightenment on the day that they nirvana, right? One questions about that. Usually, if some people ask you about what do you think about the Buddha, right? Usually, we're gonna think about what kind of his face, right? Sometimes when we look at the Tipitaka, we say, oh, Buddha is look like a Maha. Brahma is on the third level of the pyramid, right? What he looks like, or sometimes we think about the Buddha image, or think about the Prince Siddhartha, right? The Prince Siddhartha is referred to the prince who was born and took 7 steps and raised his finger, right? And sometimes we call that the little Buddha, right? This is usually most people think about that when we talk about Buddha, right? We have to clear about this word. When we say about the Prince Siddhartha, we call he still be the Mahapodhisattva in his last life. It means that before Buddha enlightenment, he is the Prince Siddhartha, right? And this is mean that he still be the Mahapodhisattva. But at that time is the last life to become a Buddha. Therefore, from the time he was born until he was 35 years old, we still call him Mahapodhisattva. Okay? Usually we know that we think about 10 chata, right? Of the Buddha. It means tassa chata of the Buddha before become the last life, right? And that time it doesn't count as the last life, but it's called the last life from Pampen Parami, not the last life to become a Buddha. It's different because it's when we think about the Mahavesantara, it means that is the last life for to do the parami, okay? But for Prince Siddhartha, it means this is the real last life to become a Buddha, okay? in terms of pavarana, when usually we practice to do the pavarana, there are two meanings. The first meaning in terms of mukhayanai, it means that the meaning given directly, it means that they proclaim as the discipline of the Buddha. So it means they announce that they will be a Buddha Savaka or Savaka Buddha. Okay. In the second meaning is called Pariyayanai. It's a hidden meaning. It means when we do the pavana, it means we intention or we wish to be the Bodhisattva in the future. Okay, so that's two meaning, Mukhayanai and Pariyayanai. And when we call about the Puttha Jatuparisa or Puttha Savaka, which is composed with 4 groups of people, Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Upasaka, Upasika, which call is Puttha Savaka. As I said in the first step, when in during the Buddha period, we call this group of people, we call Puttha Savaka. It means that this group come to be to set up about the Buddha Sasana. Okay. And when we talk about Pavarana, we have to think about that. Pavarana can be found only the Bhumi, only 22 Bhumi, because totally is 31 Bhumi, right? It means 31. But the Savaka can do the Pavarana is only 22 Bhumi, which composed with the first is Manusa, okay, and Tevata 6, and also Prami is 15, excluding the Asanya and also exclude Arupa. Prami, because they don't have Arupa to do the Pavarana, okay? So it means only 22 Bhumi that can do the Pavarana. The other thing that we need to understand that there are 3 Buddhas related. The first is Samma Sambuddha. Is anybody can explain how different between Samma Sambuddha and the second is Pacceka Buddha? มีไหมคะ? Is there anybody can explain how different between Samma Sambuddha and Pacceka Buddha? It means there are one type of Buddha. Buddha is Samma Sambuddha, Pacceka Buddha, and the last one is Puttha Savaka. It's the discipline of the Buddha. Is there anybody can answer how different between Samma Sambuddha and Pacceka Buddha? No answer. Okay. The difference is Samma Sambuddha is mean that Buddha that have to be Tesana Dhamma. It means that they have to be Buddha, Dhamma, and after Buddha, Samma Sambuddha Tesana, they will get about the Sangha. It means the follow will enlightenment. So it means they become 3 of them, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. For the Pacceka Buddha, it means this will happen when no Samma Sambuddha and also the follower. It means this Buddha will not Tesana Dhamma. They enlighten by themselves. Okay. And for the Buddha Savaka is, as we said before, that we have 4 groups of them. It's about the Bhikkhu, Bhikkhuni, Upasaka, and Upasika. And when we talk about the Dhamma, it means Samma Sambuddha have to be Tesana 84,000 Dhammakantha. When we talk about Buddha, that's why the question is, most people don't think about the figure, physical body of the Buddha. But the real Buddha is mean equal to the 84,000 Dhammakantha. And also, as we say, we have a lot of Buddha, right? We have the Panyatika, Sattatika, and Viriyatika. In each Buddha, teaching are different. But in the same, because we have Tipitaka, right? We have 3 parts of Dhamma. But in each Buddha, the similar in Dhamma is in Vinaya and Abhidhamma is equal. But the difference in Buddha is about the Sutanta, because it's about the related, the person who will be the person will set up the Buddha Sasana in each Buddha. Okay. And the Savaka or the disciple who already perform Pavarana, it means that they already become Arya. Okay. Usually, as we said in the first step, we say we are Pavarana for the Bhikkhu and Bhikkhuni. That is just the practice, not the real Pavarana. It means the one who perform Pavarana, it means they already become Arya. Okay. Who become the Buddha must Tesana 84,000 Dhammakantha in order to call Samma Sambuddha. Okay. When we talk about the Dhamma, Dhamma is equal to Makha. We have to understand that when we talk about Dhamma, it means Makha, which are the Citta that are working to become the Arya, right? And at that Makha, after that, we call, because Dhamma have 2 parts, right? Banyati and Abhidhamma, right? So in terms of Banyati, we have Atta. Atta is equal to the result. It means result is Phala. So we can compare, right? Dhamma equal to Makha and Atta equal to Phala. And have to remember that Dhamma is working in Chavana, which is called the process of Citta development. Is developed from the Akusala Citta, go to the Maha Akusala and get through the Lokutala Makha. Okay, remember Dhamma working in Chavana. Okay, and before we go to other things, that's because the one who can listen to the Buddha. So we have to know about the Manusa, because Bhikkhu or Bhikkhuni is in the Manusa, right? So my question is, how many group or types of Manusa? I hope that is anybody answer. Variety. How many group of
ป้า
Manusa?
ป้าหนุย
Huh?
มนุษย์นิรโย
How many
ม
group?
นุษย์สเปโต มนุษย์ติรฉานโน และมนุษย์สเทโว
Okay, so we have 4 types of Manusa. They are, as a variety say that the first is Manusa Nirayo, Manusa Sapeto, Manusa Tirashano, and Manusa Tevo. Manusa Nirayo, the characteristic of the Manusa Nirayo. Do you know who will be a Manusa Nirayo? What they presented? Dr.
โท
Sanno?
สะ
ค่ะ
โทสะ
โทสะ
Yes.
What characteristic that presented?
โทสะโกรธเกลียดน้อยใจเสียใจผิดหวังอาฆาตพยาบาท
as Ajahn always say, anger, hate, right? Ragefulness, resentment, distraction, disappointment, sadness, dissatisfaction, irritation. So my question, if you would like to get rid of this sin or this kind of emotion, if we just take a bath, it can be cure the sin? Yes or not?
no
No. Okay. Because it's outside, right? When we feel it's about the inside, how we feel, we angry, right? And the key dhamma for Manut Nilayo is a tosa. How many citta for this tosa? อาจารย์พรทิพย์ค่ะ There are two, right? Yep. สังคมิตา not come yet, right? No. Okay. So we continue with this though. Okay, so is this from the tosa, which have the two citta, base of the manusa nilayo, right? The second is the, okay. Before we go to that, we have to think about it because tosa, it can cause anantariyakam. Okay, anantariyakam is this can cause us to go to the nirayo naraka, right? The first is pitukhata, matukhata, right? Arhantakhata, lohita patha, sangapetha, and anyasatutesa. This underlying of this is come from the tosa too, that lead us to the nirayo. Okay, but it doesn't mean that we go to nirayo, but dealing, we are human, but inside working with the tosa and will lead us to the nirayo in the future. Okay. The second group is Medusa Preto, is the key dhamma of the Medusa Preto is the lopa. Is the what kinds characteristic of the Medusa Preto? It means they have desire, right? And you have to know these words, 10 types of lopa, right? Do you remember lopa? When the Manusa Preto is desire, greed, lust. It's 10 types of lopa is ได้ไหม
ตัณหา ราคะกามนันทิอภิชาชเนติโบโนภาวิกาอิจฉาอาสาสังโยชน์
Okay, very good.
Thank you ค่ะอนุโมทนา
Because it's for the lopa, it's very, usually in everyday life, we have this desire, right? This is from start with the tanha, right? Tanha. After tanha, we go lakha, kama, nanti, apisha, shaneti, bono, pavika, isha, asa, asangyot. So this is the characteristic of the lopa citta, which working with the lopa citta. How many lopa citta? Let me see. Hari Chan Singh, can you answer this? How many lopa citta? I didn't heard anything back yet. Are you still listen to us? How about ปัทมะไอเย่อะคะ
8 Lovachitta.
Oh, thank you. So Lopachita is composed with the 8 chitta, right? And also, let me see. All right. When we talk about the tanha, we have tanha. After tanha, which we support for the tanha. Go to after tanha, when we go to the next for the tanha. You know, when you say tanha, upatang, hope, we have this step, right? When we start with tanha, and we go to the upatang, and continue to produce the hope in the future, okay? And in terms of tanha, upatan, these are in the patijja samuppada. It is the kilesa, okay? And tanha is inside, right? Is inside. It's kilesa. It's inside. It means when we say tanha, it's not do anything yet. It's just feeling we deserve to do this, do that. And after we do or acting, it's become upatan. Okay? Remember, whenever we just think about we need to do that, we just like we would like to eat, we get that thinking, we call this is tanha. But when we start to eat, it's become upatan. Okay? And upatan is can go through 31 bhumi. Okay? It means tanha, upatan, and pop. It means can bring us to all 31 bhumi. It means apaya, and also go to manusa, tevata, prammi, and arupa prammi. Okay? The other sample, just like when the parents prepare for the children, just thinking about what to choose the school for the student, for the kids. So it's become a tanha, okay? And when they apply, they do something, it's become upatan, okay? So it means in everyday life, we have this deserve all the time. So it means we can be a manusa sapeto, right? Manusa niryo, it means if we angry, we dissatisfaction, we don't, we feel upset. This is for the madut niryo. So it means that whatever you feel like this is characteristic, although we are human, but inside become nirayo and sapeto, okay? And the third anusa is tilachano. The key words, the key dhamma of the manusa tilachano is about the moha. Moha is, Patijja Samuppada 12 start with the avisha. Avisha is related to, it is the avisha, is a moha jit. Moha jit composed with 2 citta. And if we study more, we can see that moha is the citta that control before everything come out from the shavana. So it means that we was controlled by moha all the time. So moha make us don't know anything. Although loha 8 is have to pass to the avisha. So it means avisha is control us So it means we can be a tirashana, manusa tirashano, and also manusa tirashano can be changed to be manusa sapeto. If we need something, we go bring by the tanha upatan, right? And also if we not dissatisfaction with all the things in our lives, it means we become manusa nirayo. We can change between manusa nirayo, manusa sapeto, and manusa tirashano. If we would like to change, would like to be the manusa tevo, we have to depend on the Buddha. So it means we have to sikhaya Dhamma of the Buddha to help us to change from akusala to be the mahakusala, to be the tevata, to be brahmi. Okay. In terms of kilesa that we talk about, that is have three main types of kilesa. The first is vitikama kilesa. The second is pariyuttan kilesa. And the third is anusaya kilesa. Vitikama kilesa. Is anybody knows, have you heard about these words? Vitikama kilesa. อาจารย์พรทิพย์ค่ะเห็นไหมคะ Is this what is the vitikama kilesa? Huh? Dr. Joe.
Yes,
What is the vitikama kilesa?
it's about Kayakam 3, Vajikam 4.
Okay, thank you. So it
Sadhu,
means that
sir.
it's
Ma'am.
related with the kilesa outside. It can work with the kaya, panatipata, atinatana, and kame sumisha, right? It is a three kaya, and including the waji, musa, pisvinavata, parusavata, and sampapalapa. This is about vitikama kilesa. And the second is pariyutta kilesa. Pariyutta kilesa. What is it?
ในฝันหน่อยปริยุทธากิเลสะ
What is it?
มโนปะมโน
Yeah, very
มโน
good.
ทุจริตนะ
Yeah, it's about the mano totally. It's about apisha, apisha, payapata, and nisha titi, right? And the first one is anusaya kilesa. Anusaya kilesa, นะคะ
อนุสัย อะไรนะป้าหนุ่ยไม่ทันฟัง
Anusaya kilesa, the last kilesa, the last group of the key kilesa is about the santana. This is from
อาหาร
inside.
สันตานะ
Yeah, it's
อืม
accumulated from the past all the time. This is anusaya kilesa. So it's three of them. But after we sikhaya, we have to
สมุทเฉ
control. Okay, so we have three kinds of pahana. The first is tatangka pahana, vikampana pahana, and samucheta pahana. Three types to control three kilesa. For the vitikama kilesa, we use the tatangka pahana. For pariyuttan kilesa, we use vitikama kilesa. No, sorry. Vikampana pahana. And for anusaya kilesa, we use samucheta pahana. And three of them we call dhamma. Okay. Remember, dhamma is mean include all three, tatanka pahan, vikampana pahan, and samucheta pahan. It one that's we already said about the Dhamma is equal to Makha, right? And Attha is mean results, is mean equal to Phala. For the Attha, when we say Attha, we have to think about the Panyati, which Panyati have composed with Attha and Sattha, right? However, both of them is Pariyati, but it's equal to the Phala. Phala ก็คือ you remember, right? Makha and Phala is when we look at Phala. Makha is this group that working, and Phala is the result. So it means in the other name of Phala is called Vipaka. At the end of the Dhamma is Makha, and Dhamma is working in the Dhamma Shavana. Remember the name Dhamma Shavana? Because it's not working outside, it's working in Shavana. Okay. We already asked about the Kilesa, right? We say Vitikama is about true Kaya and Vaci controlled by Tathangkapahana. In the Tathangkapahana is when we refer to Abhidhamma is about the Kama, Vajara, Maha, Kusala, Chitta, 8. Okay. And in terms of second group of Kilesa, Pariyutthana Kilesa, this is a Kilesa arise inside the Manokama. It's will controlled by the Chana, Vikampana Pahana. Okay. And the last one is Anusaya Kilesa. Is the Kilesa is one nature within oneself, and we cannot know about that, which controlled by Panya in Samucheta Pahana in Lokuttala Makha Citta 20. Okay, so this is the 3 Kilesa and 3 Pahana. It's just a pair of them. And the last one for Samucheta Pahana is mean they become a Lokuttala. So it means they get rid. This is the last one is get rid of Anusai Kilesa. But in the first and second is control. Okay. However, in terms of you say this one, the second group, Vikampana Pahana, where we talk about the Shana. One thing that make people misunderstanding that they can control by use Vikampana Pahana is mean that because they have a Shana. Because when we say about the Shana, usually when we control Nivarana 5, it means we get Shana, right? But we have to understand about the Shananka, which composed with 7, is composed with Vitakka Shana, Vichara Shana, Piti Shana, Ekakata Shana, Somanas Shana, sorry, Shananka, that's not Shana, it's Vitakka Shananka, Vichara Shananka, Piti Shananka, Ekakata Shananka, Somanas Shananka, Tomanat Shananka, and Upekha Shananka. 3, the last 3 is about the Vedana. So Manasa Vedana, Tomanasa Vedana, and Upekha Vedana. But when we talk about the Shana, the real Shana is related with the key Dhamma is Vitakka, Vichara, Piti, Sukha, and Ekakata, right? But this Shananka is make us misunderstand that we get Shana because it's composed with Somanat, Tomanat, and Upekha. Especially Tomanat, just like is in the Tosa Chitu, right? When we angry, it means we get Shana. Shananka, it means we get angry from the Shananka. It means we get Shan, but in term of Tucharit or Akusala Shana. That is make most people misunderstanding because Somanat to Upekha to it can be not real Shana, but can be the Tucharit from the Tucharit because Somanas can be from Lopa and also upekha is from the moha too. So that's chananka make us to understand that when we not follow what the Buddha teaching, we can misunderstanding that we get chana. It can be, you can be somanat, tomanat, or upekha chana. That is can be tuchalit. Okay. And for the third group about the samucheta pahana, if we don't understand about the makkanka 12, because sometimes people don't understand about the makkanka, so they understand that they get to enlightenment. But if we know, if they know about the makkanka, we're gonna know that you can misunderstanding if don't follow what the Buddha teaching. We can do think that it's a samadhi, but you think by yourself, it's become a micchati. So it means in terms of makkanka 12 can lead us to misunderstanding that we already get the, aliyah or something like that. So if you understand about the makkanka, because is S of makka is real for the aliyah, but they add another 4 about the micchati with about the misha vayama, misha titi, misha sankappa, misha vayama, and misha samadhi. Especially when we don't know that, we think that we use the ekakata cetasika, because these cetasika can work both kusala and akusala. So if we don't follow what the Buddha teaching, we can misunderstanding whether we get makha. So that is very dangerous, because usually most people don't follow what the Buddha teaching, and they think that they can do by themselves. So it's become tutelit, kaya tutelit, and vaji tutelit, right? It means they cannot get to the makha ariya. Okay. I think it's time for today, right? Is there any question? Okay. We have 7 minutes left. If you have any questions,มีคำถามไหมคะ
ไม่มี
อ๋อไปแล้วเหรอคะ โอเคค่ะ I think that we can finish the class. So before that, is there any อเยปัทมะอะคะ So
No question.
no, I gonna pay respect to you. นมัสการอเยค่ะ
สาธุมีสติอริยมรรค
นมัส
มี
กา
ส
รอ
ติ
เย
สามัญพละเอ
น
กา
มัส
นิ
กา
พาร
เย
นะบิดาปิญญาโดยเชื่อพันในประวัติการนี้เทิน
สาธุสาธุสาธุนวุติปณิชันทามือนี้ Okay, thank you for attend the class. So we're gonna finish the class now. Thank you.
สาธุค่ะ
ทุกค่ะ
สาธุค่ะ
สาธุครับ
สาธุค่ะ